Hey guys, I'm in today's video. And in today's video, I want to talk about what kind of indicator you can use to see if there is something wrong in your hair regrowth treatment. And for you guys who are on this channel for the first time, my name is Alex, and I'm in suffering hair loss myself, but I was able to regrow back my own hair. And I'm also a certificated trichologist. So in today's video, I want to talk about what kind of indicator you can use when you are on the treatment and you basically want to be sure that everything is going correctly and you are getting as much results as possible. An indicator you can use is basically shedding, right? So basically, if you are on the treatment and suddenly you have increased shedding out of nowhere, that usually means that there is something wrong. Like, there is always possibility for initial shed when you start with treatment. Let's say, for example, you start with growth stimulant, such as minoxidil. There is always possibility that there can be shed for that kind of have duration from 2 weeks up to 8 weeks. But that shed should slow down afterwards, or it gradually slows down. But if you suddenly have been on the treatment for, let's say, 3 months, 4 months, and then suddenly you have excessive shed, that is usually a red flag and means that there is something wrong. And when it comes to growth itself, basically what happens is that, let's say, you start to see results after a couple of months of, let's say, application of minoxidil, and then after 3 to 4 months, you kind of plateau for a couple of weeks, right? That's kind of normal, but it shouldn't be that it suddenly has a more shed during that time, right? So basically, there can be some slowdown in progression or slowdown in the regrowth for a couple of weeks during the hair cycle or hair growth cycle, but it should be slow, kind of short duration, and then again after a couple of weeks the hair again starts to grow more, right? So that is normal, but what is not normal is that if you have a suddenly high shedding that happens, and that usually means that there is something that shouldn't be happening, that either something has happened to your hair cycle, or there is some imbalance in the body, or some other underlying problems that is causing and affecting your hair and causes them to shed. And the thing with shedding is that basically when we start with growth stimulation, we are restarting our hair cycle. The hair is growing in different phases, right? So basically, just to recall it, there is adhesion phase, that is longest stage of the hair growth, and then there is a shedding phase, such as catagen, telogen, and so on, right? But basically, when the hair are growing, they are in adhesion phase, and that phase or growth phase, it has duration of 2 to 7 years. On average, it can be around 4 years. And basically, when the hair are in the adhesion phase and you start with the treatment, then basically it should be a long process of continuous growth, right? And again, there can be some times when the hair hair growth kind of slows down, but it should be a process that basically continues for a long time. And when it comes to the treatment itself, to see like a peak results from, for example, growth stimulation, it usually takes around 24 months, 15 to 24 months. And if you are, for example, seeing good progress for a couple of months, but you suddenly notice that there is more shed afterwards, that is something that indicates that there is something wrong, right? And you need to just figure out what could be a possibility, what could be causing that you suddenly have increased shedding, because that shouldn't be happening. And this is something I want to share in today's video, because it's important to understand when you are on treatment, there should be a gradual improvement as months goes by. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and for you guys who are looking to get hold of me to get my coaching or support regarding hair regrowth, you can schedule a call below this video, there's a link for it, and talk with me or my team about your hair situation and how and what could be blocking you from seeing results from the treatment you are doing.